Hi.
Beautiful. How are you?
Good. You? You look
I'm so
gorgeous.
happy to see you.
Me too. You look
It's
so
been
beautiful.
so long.
I know.
What were you up to? Just.
Oh my gosh, so many things. So many things. It's insane. I've definitely been busy this entire quarantine. The whole quarantine, thank God.
You've been busier than ever?
I'm sorry?
You've been busier than ever?
Honestly, yes. It's crazy enough. I'm already used to working from home, but this definitely gave me some time to just focus fully on music, on the other businesses that I have besides music. It all kind of just fell into place. I think at the right time. Sadly, I have really mixed feelings about this entire situation, but I think above all, one of the most important things that I think people need to remember is that it's happening for a reason greater than just, us staying home to stay safe. I think it's also about us staying home to be mindful, to fall in love with ourselves again, to maybe find a new hobby or, reconnect with family and close friends, even if it is via Skype or via Insta stories. Or in IG Live, I think this time has definitely been a time of growth for me and for my fiance, and just definitely trying to soak in every single minute that we've been in the quarantine. We've definitely used it to our advantage. We have been ridiculously busy.
Yeah, it's always good to bring light, to something so negative and positive, and I feel like we need it. It's something that we have to have in order to be able to move forward. And I love that you've been able to bring that from a positive from something so negative.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's something that from the very beginning, we actually only packed clothes to be here 2 weeks because we were convinced that we were only going to be in the States for the 2 weeks. And then suddenly, we pretty much just, we got stuck here. We got stuck here because they closed the border. They informed us that only.
I thought you came here because of the quarantine. I didn't know you were already here and then you couldn't get back.
Yeah. We actually came here to do our taxes. We came here to get some work done, and we were only going to be here for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, we start watching news. I mean, we'd already been informed a little bit about COVID-19 and how it affected New York City and how it was starting to affect other states. But we didn't know how severely it was going to affect California. So as soon as we got here, we just kind of thought, okay, we have to be careful. We just won't go anywhere and come here, do what we got to do, and we'll go back. And then when we were about to purchase our tickets to go back, we find out we can't go back, and only essential flying was permitted. So it was definitely a whoa, like a complete rude awakening. We were not ready for that, and we had to just roll with the punches. We thought, okay, well, we're here. We have our laptop, which is pretty much our office, and we can set it up anywhere. We have family in the Fresno area, so we're gonna stay with family, and so we've been pretty much working from home like we normally do, except this time we're a little bit more limited as far as our outings.
I know that's kind of what was bringing me down in the beginning. But Helen, you don't need an introduction. You've come so far, and you're a really good dear friend of mine, and I'm so happy to see you finally, even if it's on screen. I know because we can't see each other right now. But so if, people that don't know, thank you so much for joining. Helen is a singer-songwriter. She's from Fresno, moved to Mexico. She's here.
Exactly.
And you also have some businesses under your belt. I'm really excited to kind of tap into that a little bit as well.
Yes.
So Helen, how I wanted to ask you. So you started. You were in a singing contest from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's kind of how you started in the industry.
It is. This was in 2006. As soon as I left the show, I mean, I didn't win the show, But I definitely used all the resources possible that came with it, and I knocked on doors like crazy until I found the right one to get me, in exactly where I wanted to be.
Yeah. And you are from Fresno. You
Yes.
could have, you had a choice to sing in English. Why
Yes.
did you choose to get into the Latin market?
I feel like it's part of my culture. It's something that's resonated with me and has been with me since I was a little girl. So I feel like it's just the simple fact of saying I love you. It sounds beautiful, but when you say te
In
amo,
Spanish.
it's just more intense. It just
Yeah.
feels right. I get chills thinking about it. It felt like the right thing to do, and I'm super glad that I made that choice because I've been able to travel to you know all parts of the country and Mexico, and do what I love. I've been able to collaborate with amazing artists. I've been able to explore boundaries and push boundaries within the genre. And as much as it's tough for females, I think that I definitely consider myself one of the females that never gave up and stood her ground and continued to push forward so that I could realize my dream. So it is tough, but I chose this genre because it's what felt natural to me.
Yeah. And you started at a very young age, I believe, when you
Yes.
were 8 years old.
Yes.
How did you know that that's what you wanted to do? How did you know that you could even sing? How
You
did
know
you
what? It's so weird, but I was I just kind of started humming at first, and my mom says that when I was like 3 years old, I used to grab the broomstick and I pretend that I was singing to the kids in the. I lived in the projects. I grew up in the government housing out in the small town of Mendota, and I think I realized it when I was about 8 years old. My sister had her quinceañera. When we were at the quinceañera, there was a banda at the quinceañera, and I told my dad I really want to sing with the banda. And he said, no, 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 go play with the kids, stop that. So, of course, disobedient, terca me, I went up to the leader of the band and I said, I want to sing with you guys. And he kind of looked at me with that same style and grace of,
Yeah.
maybe we should just go play with the kids. But I'm like, I'm not leaving here till I sing. I want to sing. So I did. And I think the minute that I did that, I started to sing. Everyone in the salon, just kind of like, what the hell? Who's singing? What is this? And I think once I felt that, I like, okay, this is de aquí soy. Like this is what I love. I love the fact that I captivated people's eye and ears, and I thought, okay, this is nice. I like this. I can send a message, and they're gonna listen. So I think that's the moment where I fell in love and I realized, okay, this is something I want to do.
That you wanted to.
Totally.
Yeah, especially in the Mexican market, which
Yes.
like just choosing that type of genre is a decision in itself, and then
Yeah.
jumping into that market, it takes you really have to feel it, which
Yeah,
I
you
think
really have to you have to be conscious. Sorry, I think about the fact that it is gonna be hard. It's gonna be probably double hard because it's so male dominated. But I feel like it's not necessarily about only the strong survive. I feel like it's more like only the strong are willing. Because you can survive in this genre by simply putting out music every 3 months. But I think what truly sets the tone and separates, a champion from somebody that's just playing the game is consistency. You kind of have to have consistency, and you got to continue to have the same heart as you did when you just started. And I think that's the thing that people lose eventually. But I feel like if you keep it, then you're on the right track.
Yeah. And you decided to move to Mexico, right? To further your career.
Yes.
How was it living in Mexico and being in that environment over there, which is so different to, even though we're born Mexican, it's a different country, right? How was that? How did that help?
It was definitely difficult in terms of even though I'm fluent Spanish. I've been going to Mexico since I was a little girl with my family for the holidays and things like that. At the end of the day, it's still difficult in terms of there's not just a different language; it's a whole different vibe. People are very different, and it's every state you go to, people are even more different. It's just you kind of have to blend in with everybody, and it could be exhausting, you know. So I feel like if you're true to yourself, then you don't have to blend in with them. They'll want to desperately blend in with you, and I think that that's the key.
Oh,
And
wow.
as much as it's been difficult, uh, it's just the food's amazing, the culture's amazing. You know, out in Mexico, it's shows with, you know, I think I did one in October of 2018, which is one of the biggest shows that I've done. It was about 18,000 people. Yeah, the last time I sang in front of that many people was in 2016. I opened a show for Marco Antonio Solis in Culiacan. You know,
I
and
saw that.
yeah, it was amazing, but it was overwhelming. You know, I'd never done something like that, so for me it was super nerve wracking. But I think the best one, you know, that I had was I opened a show for Paquita, La del Barrio, and that one it was immense. There was over 18,000 people there.
Oh my
I thought,
God.
okay, you know, these people are here to see a woman that sings, you know, música ranchera. So I really had to try my best to captivate this crowd. And honestly, the minute I did that show, anywhere I go in Guadalajara, hey, you're Helen. Like, yes, I am. It was exciting, you know. So I kind of felt a sense of not just gratitude, but gratification that, you know, okay, I'm in the right path. What I'm doing is the right thing, and I made the right choice in coming here. So I still live out there, you know. I'm here because of the quarantine, and I actually feel a little bit safer being here, just because. I mean, it's no secret our resources are a lot more expanded than they are in Mexico. But I definitely I miss my home. I miss the culture. I miss my dog. You know, I'm like,
Your dog is in Mexico.
My dog's in Mexico.
Oh.
I almost brought her here, but mind you, we were only going to be here for 2 weeks. So there was no point in bringing her for that short of time. But I fell in love with the culture so much, you know, that I'm actually getting married out there. I'm getting married in Guadalajara. It's a completely different scenery, and it's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah, it's so rich in culture, which I feel like it just draws you.
Totally.
And Helen, you've done really, really big collaborations, especially recently with Chiquis that you guys did your single that was released a couple months ago. Yes. How was that? How was the collaboration with these you know, big artists?
My God. You know, it's so crazy. Her and I spoke about this recently. One of the things that I always dreamed of was doing a collaboration with her mom, with the late Jenny. And over the years, I was able to do a collaboration with Lupillo first, you know, and it was beautiful. Yeah. I love the song. It's one of the songs that is one of my favorite songs that I recorded. But I think when I did this collaboration with Chiquis and Ellie, who's also part of the song. It's a trio. You know, I think it's so insane, but I feel like it kind of vicariously like a collaboration with Jenny herself. That's how it felt. You know, the day we recorded the video, when we filmed, you know, we all kind of had our own makeup artists, we had our own space, we all kind of came out. And when Chiquis came out, you know, I said, oh my God, Janae, you look like your mom. She just resembled her so much. And she was I'm walking behind her, and I see her from the back, and I oh my God, she looks so much like her mom. It just felt,
it was
really
so surreal.
It was super surreal, but honestly, it was one of the most beautiful moments I think that I've had in my career. And she was just super, super easygoing, super fun to work with. You know, she's become one of my really good friends. I feel like this was destined to happen in this time, in this year, you know, because I wanted to work with her for a while. You know, my label was kind of on a different channel. She was on a different channel at the time, and I think that it happened precisely when it needed to, and I feel like it turned out amazing. I'm super happy with the song, to be honest.
Oh my God,
and it's gotten so much good response. It's insane. So I know we did the right thing.
I love this song, and
thank you.
She chose you, right? She chose you to collaborate.
Yes,
and you being such a big fan of Jenny, the late Jenny. So she found you just through your talent. She just knew your
We've known each other for such a long time, but we actually sat down to have lunch. This was back in like the end of October of last year. And we went to this lunch. It was the first time her and I sat down to talk. And crazy enough, we were there for 5 hours at the restaurant. We literally
was that
went
that
from,
live?
yeah, it was like yeah, like it was like we ate and then like we stopped and then we were like, okay, we're hungry again. We should grab a little something more. 'Cause we were there for such a long time, so it just felt like holy crap. But like we've been here for like 5 hours. She's like, she had a meeting in the evening, and I was actually on my way out to Fresno, so I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta get going too, so it doesn't get too late. All right, and we kept talking, and before we knew it, another hour went by, and we're like, holy shit, okay, now we're really gonna leave. Yes, okay, so we'll see each other again, and I think if I'm not mistaken, if it wasn't the very next day, it was like 2 days later. Immediately, she's like, hey, I have this song. She messaged Ellie and I both in the same message and was like, I have this song. I feel like it could be a good fit for the three of us. I love your personalities. I feel like we're all different, but we all make a good team together. What do you guys think? I'm gonna show it to you guys. Let me know if you're in. I was like, I'm fucking in. Of course. I'm like, I'm in. Of course I am. I heard the song. I fell in love with the song, and I thought it's an expression of women today. I feel like 2020,
yeah,
even 2018 and 2019. I feel like it's the year, or it's the era of women who are no longer submissive. No longer apologetic about their feelings or their thoughts, and they dress how they want to dress. And just because I wear a short skirt doesn't mean I'm a hooch. Or just because I've partied on Saturday does not make me a bad mom. Or, hey, I have a boyfriend, I have male friends, and I'm a good girl. I behave myself. I know what I'm doing. I feel like it's the era where a woman needs to be whatever the hell she wants to be. And I think that for me was a representation of exactly what the song entails. So I thought it fit perfectly with exactly the vibe I'm on. I feel like every woman should have the right to just do her. And as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're making yourself happy, we only live once. That's exactly what you need to do. That you follow your calling and you be happy. And I think that this song is exactly what I was looking for in the moment. So it felt supernatural to me, and I was super happy with it.
yeah. Not being judgmental, whatever that, whatever you feel like that moment doesn't define your whole being.
Totally.
And having fun, like you said, women should
I
be
agree.
women empowering, should be able to express yourself without being, labeled
Yes.
a certain way, and and being free in that sense.
Totally.
Of expression.
Yes,
I love the song too. Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you so much.
So you're a CEO as well. You have your own record label.
I do. Yes.
Yes, and you also have two other businesses. How did you start with your own record label? How is that? You're managing yourself, in a sense.
So I started in 2018. I had just separated from my label. I think like a couple months prior, and my fiance and I were just kind of on okay, so where do we go now? What are we gonna do? And then I told him, what, we should just go to Mexico. And at first he was like, that's crazy. What are we gonna do over there? We don't really know anybody over there. I'm like, we'll knock on doors the same way we did when we came to LA. It'll be okay. So then we did that, and he's like, what? Maybe we should make our own record label. We can distribute our own music. I can manage the entertainment side, the marketing side. We can do this on our own. So then we did. We submitted forms. We got accepted. Boom. It almost instantly, we have our own label. JP manages, like I said, marketing. He manages entertainment, distribution. I sing, and I bring in the paper. And then we actually got into. I'm co-CEO of a lash line that I'm still working on. Dahlia Lashes. It's already out there, but we're trying to rebrand, reinvent, revamp the site and the whole aura of the brand. So we're working on that as well. I started Life of Bling, who JP had been pushing me to do for like a really long time, but I just felt like, oh my God, I'm not ready for something like that. That's like, it's gonna take up a lot of my time, and I didn't realize how therapeutic it is for me to bling. And I've been doing it for such a long time, but I think I finally got the confidence to go ahead and do it for, you know, for products to sell. And it's honestly been amazing. It's been going so good.
So are you doing the bling yourself?
I am. I'm doing the bling myself. I do.
I think you need to put that out there.
Yeah, totally.
Your marketing.
Mm-hmm, totally. So we started with like just hats and cups. My sister recently sent me a blow dryer because she's a hairstylist. Can you bling a blow dryer? I said, of course I can. I can bling anything. I said, of course I can. So I'm working on that. And now I'm blinging wallets, jackets and shirts and the whole shebang. So I'm slowly working towards making it something that's like, accessible for anyone, and also, making sure that they know, hey, like we can do anything, literally anything you can think of, we can get it done. So it's definitely something that took me a long time. And I feel like more than anything, it was just me having the confidence to say, okay, I'm going to do it. And people are going to love it. I think for a while it was kind of more like, I'm going to do it, but what if they don't? Or, oh my God, what if I mess up? Or what if I ruined the item or the product? I was like, I had all these doubts, and then finally I just said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it, and it's been amazing. I don't know if people are just like, I need some sparkle in my life during this quarantine, but we have not stopped getting orders. It's crazy. I actually just got a new one last night, so I mean, people are definitely liking it. So that gives me so much gratification. It's assuring me that I'm on the right path and I'm doing the right thing. And eventually, once we start to get a little more busy, then I can go ahead and hire somebody that's already has experience, and then maybe I can teach them and perfect their craft. But now anyway, I consider myself to be a professional singer and a professional blinger. Like, so, and we also have our real estate business. Thank God.
Oh, wow.
That just started. Yeah. So we actually went ahead and bought 3 homes, renovated. We did it with our family members, and 2 of them have already sold. Thank God. Now we're just waiting for the 3rd. We're planning to reinvest now in another house and just slowly start to build. And I feel like ultimately, this is the time, especially when singers realize, that if you're not making your investment back just yet as a singer, then you need to have other outlets, because if something like this happens, God willing, it doesn't again, but I think this is definitely the time that showed everybody, if you're a recording artist, or, you own your own business, it's really important to have a rainy day savings account, or have something else that's going to help you to get some income, so that you're not left in the dark, and I think that's happened to a lot of people, because of course we didn't expect something like this, but at the end of the day, it's a learning lesson, and it's definitely a time where people can go ahead and essentially start to find, okay, I didn't realize that I'm good at this, so maybe I can use this to generate some income, or hey, I found this new passion, and I want to perfect my skills, so I'm going to take some courses for it. And so I think that's ultimately what we need to take from this, and the lessons that we need to learn from this, rather than just taking it like, and I'm stuck at home, what the hell, I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling anxiety, or I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my mind. But I feel like if you find your inner strengths, and you find something that you're good at, then eventually this isn't gonna feel like a quarantine. This isn't gonna feel like just time to yourself, time for you to fall back in love with yourself and understand, okay, I'm worth it. I'm strong, and this is what I'm good at, and I can do it, and do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. So that's what we did, and honestly, it's paid off so much. Like I said, we've been like every single day. I even feel sometimes like I don't have enough hours of the day. Like I feel like I just wish the day had more hours, because I feel like it runs out so fast, and yesterday I think was the first day that we literally did nothing. I didn't bling. We didn't. I blinged a little, but it's therapeutic, so it doesn't feel like work. I didn't do anything related to music. I didn't do anything. I literally just lounged all day, and I pigged out. I literally had sushi.
Wait, you posted a bikini picture yesterday.
I did. That's all you guys know.
Out.
Okay? I took that picture days ago. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna post this picture because it looks great. You know, I wanted to showcase the bikini, and I'm a professional partner, so I went ahead and posted it. You know, but I thought, okay, but that wasn't my pool day. My pool day was a few days ago. I just hadn't posted my photo. So I literally was like, you know what? Today I don't feel like doing anything. So I have sushi. I had a McDonald's, I had a McFlurry, and I swear to you, it was like the best McFlurry I've ever freaking had in my life. Because I felt like I'm gonna completely pig the hell out, and I don't care, you know. And I felt good. I woke up this morning, and I felt just rested. I felt relieved. I took a shower. I got ready. I'm like, all right, I'm ready for this live. I'm ready to get back on track, you know. But I think sometimes we do need those days. But I feel like sometimes, in order to keep sanity, you know, you have to do things that you would normally do. You know, maybe if you're used to wearing makeup, you know what, I'm gonna put some makeup on today. You know, and it's slowly other things start going. You know what, I feel like combing my hair. You know what, I feel like wearing this really nice sundress that I've been saving for the summertime. You know, but because we're in quarantine, I can't go anywhere. Well, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna wear it anyway. You know, and then you slowly start to feel like yourself again. I think that's the key. Sorry, I've rambled on for like 5 minutes.
No, now I'm craving McDonald's and a McFlurry.
Yeah.
That was what I got.
So I guess the point is you gotta do some things that you normally would do in your daily life so that you don't lose that I guess momentum of, you know, this is the time I would go to work, or this is the time I would have breakfast, you see. And then also, you know, finding things that you're good at, something new, you know, something that you don't normally do, so that you can kind of keep yourself busy if you're not used to staying home.
Yeah, I love that, Helen. And I poked fun of you a little bit on the bathing suit because I'm like, are you sure you ate all of that when you posted that bikini?
Yes, believe me, I got a lot of oh my God, you look great, and here I am like nervous, like I'm about to post this, and I do not look my best in this. At least for me, you know, I was like, I don't feel like my best because lately, for the past like 2 weeks, I've had on and off days. You know, I've had days where I'm like really strict on my diet and I don't have carbs and I don't have sugar, and then there's days where I'm just like, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna just there's a macaroni salad. I'm just gonna have a little, and then before you know it, it's like, oh my God, like I'm like freaking out. But then I think, you know what, it is what it is. You know, I don't have a summer body. I don't have abs, so to speak. You know, but I'm a confident person. I was like, I'm gonna post it anyway.
That's what matters at the end of the day. No, you look amazing. What are you talking about?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chula.
What would you say to somebody that's trying to get into music?
I would say patience is key. That's the number one thing. You know, if you don't have the patience to wait and work hard while you're waiting, then it's definitely, this is not the right business for you. It's a hobby. It's not something that you want to seek as a profession. I think that's sometimes people need to learn the difference, because it is very hard. Because in something like a pandemic, if you're not used to doing anything else, you're gonna suffer. Sadly, that's what happens, you know. But I feel like ultimately it's about having patience, but within the patience, you're always knocking on doors. You're always, working towards the next step, working towards the next meeting, working towards the next collaboration, and have some type of consistency within it. I think for a very long time, when I first moved to LA, I felt like, you know, if I go ahead and I meet with this person, you know, something's going to happen, and then it wouldn't, and then it would get discouraging. And then I'd remember, okay, it wasn't with this person for a reason. You know, God told me that this isn't the path, so maybe I should choose another path, you know, or another person to talk to and see, you know, if I could get some insight, or I could network with somebody else, or, you know, maybe if I meet with this producer and things like that. So I think that those are the things ultimately that, you know, you definitely don't think about in the moment if it's not going exactly the way you want it to go. But I think it's important to remember that you have to have patience, because it definitely doesn't happen overnight. You know, some overnight successes take 10 years. I think the best example I can use is Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, her real name is Stephanie. Stephanie went to an all-girls Catholic school where the teachers were nuns, where wearing a skirt above your knee was absolutely uncalled for, where she couldn't say things like stupid or whatever. And, this woman literally went from 0 to 100. I know she'd go to her Catholic school at in the morning, and then at night she was a stripper, and she was a stripper because she said she wanted to get experience in dancing. She wanted to get experience in being on a stage. She wanted to get experience on, just having this crowd watch her do her thing. And so that's where she got all of her dancing from, and that's where she got all of her ideas and creativity from. And essentially, it led her to start writing down her pain and writing down her life lessons and just things that she was going through, and eventually it geared towards making her a songwriter. And then she started meeting producers, and then eventually she thought, wow, what if I go ahead and add this to the beat, or what if I put a little bit of a piano? And then eventually she became her own producer. So I like using that example because she was told a million times and in a million ways, this is not the way to go, this is not godly, this isn't. Well, you can love God and wear a short skirt. You can still love God and go out and have fun with your friends. You can still love God and sing a song like, I want your love, I want your bad romance. So I think that ultimately it's important to, take in the opinions of others, but also always have your own critique in terms of what you want to do. Because I think too many times we allow ourselves to be maneuvered rather than us have the wheel and maneuver ourselves. That happened to me for a very long time. You can't wear short skirts. When you're on stage, you can't say this, or in the interview, I need you to say this, this, and this. That's it. And hey, you can't eat that. No, hey, Helen, you're fat. You have to lose weight. And it's just so many things where I finally just said, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to sing what I want to sing. I'm going to say what I want to say. And I don't give a shit if it hurts your feelings. I think that's ultimately you have to be very unapologetic. And again, as long as you're not hurting anybody, in music, there's no boundaries. There's no boundaries, and anybody that instills a boundary is not somebody good to have, I guess, on your team. And I think JP and I have learned along the way that there's so many things that we were missing out on because we were so scared to do it, and I think now we're learning with collaborations like Banda MS and Snoop Dogg. I mean, it just goes to show you that this is literally a free for all, so patience, be creative, don't take no for an answer. There's always a way for that yes. There really is.
Yes.
There's always a way. And if for some reason you don't get that yes in the beginning, that wasn't your door. There's another door waiting, very similar to that one, and probably even with a bigger salary.
At the end of the day, you have to be courageous and brave.
Totally.
And that is something that you have to do. Even
Absolutely.
before you can get a no, you have to have that courage and brave to even go for it. Right. If you get a no, like you said, that wasn't it. Go somewhere.
That wasn't your door. Now you have the option to go to another one, and it might even be a better opportunity. We've learned that, through trial and error, and it's happened so many times that at this point, like I said, I opened a concert for Marco Antonio Solis when I was on a music label. I didn't get paid for it. I which is fine, by the way. Like I didn't care about the money. I just wanted the exposure,
Right.
But the concert that I did with Paquita La del Barrio, that's something that JP and I were able to book on our own. And when we did, it felt so satisfying to know that we worked hard, we got ourselves in there, we got the foot in the door. It was over 18,000 people there, and there's nothing better than feeling that feeling of, okay, I did this. I did this. I with my blood, sweat, and tears, I did this. As much as it was hard, and everyone thought I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I sure did.
You sure did. And it's when we do get those no's, and when we do get those closed doors, it's easy to get discouraged.
Totally.
Right? And how did you overcome the feelings of wanting to give up?
You know, I think ultimately one of the biggest motivators for me is people that have taken the time to tattoo my name on themselves. I feel like when somebody wants your name on them permanently, that person believes in you to another, like to a higher power. That's
Yep.
like a whole different type of ball game. You know, I feel like that goes beyond becoming a fan. That person's they're almost like family. So I feel like, you know, when somebody does something like that, I think we've gone up to like our seventh tattoo already. Like 7 different people that have gotten our logo. One girl even tattooed the name of my song, Era Tida. And I thought, holy shit, that's pretty extreme, you know,
Yeah.
considering it's a single and it's gonna go away in 3 months. But she loved the song so much that she felt the need to tattoo the name of that song on. And I thought, holy shit. And there have been times, even now, you know, where you get those moments of discouragement and you get those moments of, oh my God, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? But then I remember, you know, I've come this far. I literally started from the fucking bottom, excuse my French, but I literally started from the very bottom. Like it was extremely hard from the very beginning. I was told no so many times. And I think I always pictured myself doing something extremely huge.
Yeah.
And thank God I've had 2 number 1 albums. I've had singles in the top 20. I've had the opportunity to collaborate with amazing artists. I've had the opportunity to be in huge concerts, huge venues. I feel like none of that happened in vain. You know, none of that happened by coincidence. It happened because God keeps on showing me and consistently proving to me that everything that, you know, we work for, we always get a sense of, you know, a gift almost back from it. You know, you never work hard for something that doesn't give you something back, no matter what it is. You know, and I feel like God has continued to show that to us. So I think every time that I do have those moments of discouragement, I think about, okay, you know, a lot of artists that have been trying and haven't been able to do some of the things that we've been able to do. So we're very blessed. We're extremely blessed, and we need to continue to pass on those blessings to other people.
I feel like it's those moments when you realize that you're actually touching somebody, you know, that
Yes.
you're actually affecting somebody in a positive way.
Totally.
That makes you realize all of that hard work that you put into it is, you know, essentially paying off. And if it affects one person in a positive way, you pretty much did your job, right?
Yes,
You have
that's
that
exactly exactly what we've always wanted to do, not just through our music, but through our social media platforms. You know, I'm not always the most positive, but I try as much as I can to spread positivity through my social media platforms. I try to talk to my followers as you know, different from talking at them, you know. So I always try to keep that interpersonal relationship with them, make them feel comfortable with you know, DMing me, or she'll answer back. Of course I will. You know, I'm the only one that handles my social media pages. So I mean, I'm definitely very close with them, and I always try to make it clear, like, you know, the same problems you have, sometimes I have them too. You know, we're all human at the end of the day, but you know, we all have the same capability to push through them and grow from them.
Yeah. You've done a really good job branding yourself on social media. Your social media presence is so strong, and you can see it, you know, when I go to your page, and your talent shines through, and everything that you put, you know, out there, and the content that you create. But with that, with the social media growing, we get a lot of negativity as well. You know, people comment negative things, and how does that affect, you know, how you create?
You know, it's crazy because Chiquis and I talked about this not long ago too, and I told her, I said, friend, you know, how does it ever get to you? You know, and she said, oh my God, you know, I feel like I get I get an overwhelmingly amount of negative messages sometimes. So, but I always think about the amount of positive messages that I get is like 10 to 20 times more. So if I was to focus on this, 10 bad comments, it just then realistically I'm the one in the wrong. I always try to focus on the 1,000 good comments that I get. And I think from there it kind of just okay, and I always kind of felt, the same way. Like, I do get some, oh my God, she's gained so much weight. Oh my God, her hair looks like crap. Or I just the dumbest things you can think of. And sometimes I even answer some of them very sarcastically because I think it's funny. Like it's too easy. But for the most part, I just ignore them. I feel like the minute that you give into negativity, you're growing it, rather than growing the positive. Because I think what she said was right. I get so many more positive messages that I feel like those are the ones that I need to focus on, and I do. I try to always keep it 100, and I always try to hey Helen, I really like the way your outfit looks, so thank you so much. Hey Helen, qué bonita, pues tú también estás bonita, thank you so much. So I try to always encourage them to, and I feel like it's easier to do that than it is to focus on the negative. So as much as sometimes it can kind of feel like, like why is this person hounding me, or why is this person, sending me these things? It's better to just ignore them, because at the end of the day, that's sometimes when we say something negative about somebody else, it's a reflection of something we feel inside. So
something that
it's something that they're feeling. Exactly.
Yeah. And Helen, you're always so positive and you're always upbeat. How do you stay motivated?
So I feel like I do have times where I'm a little down, and even before this quarantine, I've always had moments where it's just like, like I just kind of have like a flush. Like I feel like overwhelmed, or I might feel just for no reason a little sad, and I think it's because I've gone through so many crazy things that it just sometimes it just gets to me. Like life will just get to me, but then I always kind of come back to what do I love? I love JP. I love being with JP. I love spending time with JP. I love
what are you grateful for, right?
Yeah, like I start thinking about, okay, I love my dog, I love my family, I love my business, I love my followers, I love the people that love me, and I think about the fact that it's easier for us to love than it is to hate. One of my friends recently underwent a huge spiritual changing, and she told me, friend, one of the biggest mistakes human beings make is thinking about our flaws and our faults and our past. It's like we forget that at the end of the day, our flaws, we can't change them. It is what it is. This is the way God made you. Our faults, well, you might have done wrong in the past. Do right in the future. You might have had, a bad day. Well, tomorrow you can have a good day. And, we consistently focus on things that are not good when there's so many other reasons to focus on the things that are good. And I think that those words resonated with me. And so I use them to my advantage, so that when I do have those moments, I think, okay, this is temporary. I have the power to make this a good day. I have the power to make this a good relationship. I have power to make, the right choices that are going to ultimately make me happy. So I think that that's a way to motivate and continue to push forward.
Helen, you just impacted me with that message.
Oh, thank you.
I need it as well. I definitely am searching and seeking for that for my own being, and for my own mental health, and for my own state that I'm in. So thank you for those words.
Oh, thank you. That makes me happy. And I know it's a tough time right now for a lot of people, and especially a lot of people have a problem with talking about mental health, because they think that means immediately you're crazy. Mental health is everything from you feeling good, from you speaking good, or from you doing good, from you just feeling like you are worthy, or you're special, and I feel like mental health is a completely well-rounded um, source of just everything that essentially we kind of have to build constantly to keep up, and keep it light and keep it happy, and
Yeah, it's
granted
not
we're not
only the
happy every
physical.
moment all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not only the face and the makeup and the
exactly.
body and the things that the material things that we buy, or
Exactly.
or our body having those abs, and it's also, we also have to think about how our mind is thinking, how we're expressing ourselves, and how
Totally.
we're impacting others by the words that we speak. All of that, it's being all one and well rounded with
Yes.
everything. And
Yeah,
it's
and I
not
feel like
just what we see, it's also how
exactly.
we feel and what we think. Right?
Yeah, and your mental health can always get better by just simply you changing your scenery. You know what? I'm in my bed and I'm feeling depressed. Well, how about you try getting off the bed? What if you go to the kitchen? What if you fix yourself a snack? Or what if you go to the couch? Hey, I today I want to watch a reality show, or I want to watch a cooking show, or maybe I want to learn how to cook what's Rachel Ray's cooking, or whatever. Like whatever it is that's gonna help you to snap back into happy mode, and
I love that.
it's yeah, and I think sometimes we feel like it's so difficult, and it's really not. It's really not. It's a state of mind before it's physical. It's all in here. This controls everything. And if we don't take care of this first, then there's no point in taking care of the outside. So I feel like everything has to start with what's within.
And Helen, you're getting so many beautiful messages. I don't know if you're able to see them.
Yay!
And
Yes,
they're like, you're so beautiful. We love
they're
you.
sweet.
And
Mucho.
it's overwhelming.
Gracias.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you,
all the
guys.
messages
Oh,
that
that's
you're
really
getting.
sweet. Muchas gracias a todos los que están conectados. Se les quiere mucho. Thank you, guys. This is my friend Mariah. I've known Mariah since 2011, I think.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Since 2011. I actually met her through my cousin Paul, who passed away in 2014, but she's a sweetheart. She has an amazing
We've always been there
boutique.
for each other.
Yes, she has an amazing boutique. She's a mommy now. She's a beauty. She's a total beauty.
Helen, and where are you heading now? What are your future plans? What are your goals?
I have so many things. I'm still working on a few collaborations that are going to be coming out this year. One of them is with a Latin artist named Leo. He's in the LA area. He's amazing. He also went to Otiwa Fama, but in a different season. But he has that experience. So when we talked, it was like, oh my God, we clicked so much. So music together was just like, it was like a must. It came supernatural. I have another collaboration with a fellow female colleague. Her name is Paula Preciado, and she's in Guadalajara. We actually already recorded the song. We recorded the song like over a year ago. We kind of had just like both waited for a little while. We were working on our own projects, and we kind of kept pushing it off and pushing it off. And she said, "You know what, friend, I don't want to push it off anymore. This quarantine taught me that you can't save anything for later. It needs to be now. Everything needs to be now in the moment." I said, "Okay, let's do it." Yeah. So we're planning to put that song out this year. Another colleague, she's in Los Mochis. Her name is Larai. She sings more of like, it's kind of like pop norteño. So it's a really nice fusion, and she's working on an EP. She actually recently just asked me if I wanted to collaborate on her EP. I said, of course I do. I would love to. I'm working on music of my own, working on building our LLC in real estate with Envision in Fresno. That's the name of the company. We're purchasing homes. We're rebuilding the community. We're trying to make Fresno a place that's a nice place to live, a beautiful place to live. It already is, but we want to make sure that we utilize homes in the right way, and ultimately, bring families together, and, make a nice living space for them. My bling page is growing. That's definitely something that keeps me super busy. It's like I said, it's therapeutic for me, so it does not feel like work at all. Um, I'm revamping the lash line. And who knows, whatever other projects might come, I feel like this quarantine has expanded my creativity And we've been working on so many different things that it's just, the sky's the limit. You know, I'm getting married next year, and I'm super excited. At first I got a little scared. I felt like, oh my God, it's a lot of work. We got a wedding planner, and I went, phew. Okay, now we're gonna do this. Now it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna have help. Thank God, we're gonna be okay. So yeah, so there's so many things that I'm working on a professional level, on a personal level. But I think beyond anything, I really want to grow spiritually. I want to, go ahead and be able to not just talk to people about feeling good, but actually show people the ways that you could feel good. And I think that ultimately that's something that has to happen with me and God first, and then I can go ahead and spread it with other people. So there's so many things that are happening there. I'm just
so exciting.
I feel blessed. Yeah, I feel blessed. I feel super happy.
And somebody asked, how is the wedding planning going?
Oh my God, it's going amazing. Thank God. Like I said, we have Zare. That's his name. He is an amazing wedding planner. I mean, he's got some crazy good work
ideas
and ideas. He is just a gem to work with. So we're super excited. He's handling most everything for us. He actually just sent us contracts recently for lighting and florals. So we kind of have to go over those things. But for the most part, honestly, he's amazing, and he's taking care of us so that we don't stress.
Yeah.
And we're like, thank God, so far, everything has been zen. Everyone told me that the wedding was, super stressful. The planning part was, I was like, no, don't bring that negativity. No, because I've been feeling good. And I felt super good. Like, I have had thankfully, no stress up to now. And I feel like it's going to be like that throughout the year. I've honestly been chilling with the planning because it's taking care of everything. So we're good.
So happy. Okay. They're asking if you would sing a little bit for them, but you have no pressure if you don't want to.
A ver, les canto una canción. A ver, ¿qué canción les cantamos? What do you think? Si yo fuera un chico. Oh, si yo fuera un chico. So this is the song that people started to get to know me with. This is a song I put out in 2013, I think. Right. 2013. So this song opened a lot of doors for me and for JP. So I'll sing you guys a little piece of that one. It goes, si yo fuera un chico, sé que podría saber, comprender mucho mejor lo que es amar una mujer. Sabría escuchar, pues conozco el dolor de perder a quien se quiere, porque ignoras lo que tienes y quedas sin saber qué pasó.
Yay! Love it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mariah, so much.
So beautiful. And Helen, where can they find you if anybody wants to know? Where can they find you? Helen
at Helen _Ochoa. That's how I am on Instagram, or here on Insta. On YouTube, Helen Ochoa Music, if I'm not mistaken. On Twitter, it's Helen Ochoa. Facebook, you can find me under Helen Ochoa as well. I think I'm one of the only Helen Ochoas on Facebook. Because even when you search it, I'm one of the only ones that comes up for some weird reason. But I'm the one that answers on all social media platforms. I'm a little social media whore. That's what we call it. I'm literally on the phone all the time. I've been a little bit distant from social media as far as like being consistently on it. I do post every day or every other day. I've just been so busy with other stuff. But I'm definitely still here. I'm still answering messages. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Mariah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Helen, for sitting here, taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you.
And
You're
I wish you success and happiness in your career. And I'm always here for you.
Thank you, Chula.
Whatever you need.
Thank you so much, and much success to you too, babe. She's a mom now, guys. So that's amazing. Te quiero mucho, and be ready. You're one of our guests on our guest list.
I love you, and you came to my wedding, so
yes, it was beautiful.
Thank
so now
you so
you
much.
get to see us walk down the aisle.
It's
and
your turn.
get married. So I'm super excited. We'll see you there.
It's your turn now. I wanted to end this on a note that for all the entrepreneurs, the dreamers, the risk takers, you don't have to be educated in your arena. You don't have to have experience in whatever arena you choose. You can always accomplish something by putting in your passion, your excitement, and the hard work, and you will get there.
Amen. Amen. I agree. Ditto. Amen.
I love you, Helen.
Love you too, babe. Thanks you so
everyone
much.
for tuning in.
Saludos a
See you
todos.
soon.
Bye. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.